Hello and welcome to TradeFlow Television,
bringing you valuable analysis and actionable intelligence
through the global commodity markets.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. Russian wheat export prices fell for the fourth consecutive week last week amid a decline in prices in Chicago and Paris and rising supply in the domestic market, analysts said on Monday. Moscow's wheat export tax and a grain export quota, launched on Monday as part of efforts to reduce food inflation amid the coronavirus pandemic, have already been priced in, they said. Russian wheat with 12.5% protein loading from Black Sea ports for supply in March was at $277.50 a ton free on board, FOB, at the end of last week, down $8.50 from the previous week, the IKAR agriculture consultancy said.
Japanese refiners led by the biggest, ENEOS Corp 5020 T, shut down a fifth of the country's crude oil refining capacity after a powerful earthquake struck northeastern Japan, knocking out power, bullet train lines and injuring more than 150 people. The refinery shutdowns in the world's fourth biggest oil importer are another potential hit after the pandemic led to the evaporation of crude LCOC1 demand over the last year. As much as 743,000 barrels per day (BPD) of oil processing capacity has been idled, nearly 22% of Japan's roughly 3.4 million barrels of oil per day capacity.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Iraq is in advanced talks with state-run Chinese companies to discuss building crude oil storage facilities in China as part of a plan to boost oil sales to Asia, Iraq's oil minister told Reuters. Iraq is also discussing plans proposed by Pakistan for building crude oil storage facilities, Iraq's oil minister Ihsan Abdul-Jabbar told Reuters by telephone. Iraq's oil ministry has further plans to build storage facilities in some other states to serve Iraq's interests in marketing its oil, Abdul-Jabbar said.
Oil prices soared to their highest in about 13 months on Monday as vaccine rollouts promised to revive demand and producers kept supply reined in. Brent crude was up 93 cents, or 1.5%, at $63.36 a barrel by 15:23 GMT after hitting a session peak of $63.76, its highest since January 22 last year. U.S. West Texas Intermediate (WTI) crude futures gained 86 cents, or 1.5%, to $60.33 after touching $60.95, its highest since January 8 last year. Oil prices gained about 5% last week.
Next, we have the top news in metal markets.
Iridium has become the latest precious metal to undergo a spectacular price rally, after supply shortages and expectations it will be used to produce hydrogen to power a greener economy lifted its value by 160% in 2 months. The difficulty of raising output means prices could rise further, analysts said. A byproduct of platinum and palladium mining, iridium is vital for many industries. In shipping, it enables the chlorination of ballast water to stop vessels transporting invasive marine species, and for electronics, it is used in crucibles able to withstand the heat of crystal making.
Platinum prices climbed to their highest level in over 6 years on Monday, buoyed by expectations of a wider supply-demand deficit for the industrial metal as investors bet on a swift global economic rebound. Platinum, used in catalytic converters that limit emissions from automobile engine exhaust systems, rose 3.6% to $1,298.02 an ounce by 15:21 GMT, having touched $1,304, its highest since September 2014. Investors have started to realize there's upside potential for platinum prices, so it's catching up to other precious metals, said ABN AMRO analyst Georgette Boll, adding the industrial outlook has improved for platinum. We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector. Australian farmers will harvest a record amount of wheat during the 2020-21 season, the country's chief commodity forecaster said on Tuesday, after heavy rains in the country's key producing regions boosted yields. With harvesting nearly complete, output will total a record 33.34 million tons in the season ending in July 2021, the Australian Bureau of Agricultural and Resource Economics and Sciences (ABARES) said, surpassing the previous all-time high of 31.8 million tons in the 2016-17 season. ABARES said in December it expected wheat this year to total 31.17 million tons.
That is all for today's news on the commodity market. Stay tuned to TradeFlow TV as we continue to provide you with more updates. You can also follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow TV1, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop.